1. The Prologue. In the cold winter of 1985, a large group of cloaked people congregated within the caves of the Jade Dragon Snow Mountains as their leader stepped forward to tell them all the future goals and summary of his future mission. "Hello, everyone," said their leader. "After a failed ambush attack from the Azor clan, I obtained their strongest member, Silhouette, by using Nephthys' Da Vinci tome. However, we soon realized that the ambush was nothing more than a ruse to distract us, allowing an unknown hooded man to escape with the child named Violet Azor we were ordered to protect. It wasn't until days later when we were finally able to locate the child using Nephthys' ability to pinpoint the rebirth constructs. We ventured all the way to the lunar equinox cathedral of Bolivia, where a fateful clash between the Mubarak and the Azor clans took place. As our strongest fighters managed to defeat our enemies, me and a select few searched relentlessly throughout the cathedral looking for the child. We eventually found her in the ballroom, peacefully asleep. Right when we were going to rescue her, the hooded man from before stopped time to hold us all back as he used the legendary sundial within the ballroom to boost his powers, only to send the child a decade into the future, so that no matter what we did for the next 10 years, we can never find her. This evil man removed his hood and was revealed to be a Lich of Fate, whose goal was not only to bring about the foretold impending doom, but to also create an immortal clan of Reapers for his new world order. But in order to accomplish that goal, he first rid the potential child of any memory of her origin and sent her off into a world where she could only fend for herself. He also decreed that one day, regardless of what we did, the child will eventually come to him of her own volition. When the Lich disappeared, we obtained the sundial. However, the remaining Azor used the last of their strength to create a realm for themselves as dark beings known as Erebus. This kingdom lied in the depths of the earth, as the sundial was no longer there to protect them from the Sol barrier Elvis set in retaliation. Ever since that day, it's been our top priority to prevent the Lich from achieving his goal. With the powerful construct Nephthys as our guide, we only need to gather the remaining 4 elemental crystals to grant any wish we so desire. So as you all know, the Diamond of Storms rests within the caves of this mountain pass, but we must hurry as the Joint Services Agency is sure to find us here. Soon afterwards, the mass crowd dismisses from the cave and swiftly heads to the mountain pass. However, it wasn't long until JSA and other law enforcement arrived, as the Mubarak all heard the sounds of many jets and helicopters quickly approaching their location. Alright, the rest of you stay here and hold off anyone who's not in our group, while I only require 4 of our strongest to come with me. When I call your names, step forward. Nephthys, Flint, Noel, Klaus. 4 hooded individuals stepped forward from the blizzard as they followed their leader to the entrance of the sacred cavern. "Allow me," says Nephthys as she uses her oracle powers to lift the seal from the entrance. As the 5 enter the cave, we all see that inside the cave is shrouded in thick fog as they continue to explore. Back outside, Mubarak clashed with JSA using their firepower, as JSA's execution branch retaliated with machine guns. As the JSA captain searches from the outside of the area, he finds another small crevice to squeeze through to enter the cavern. Meanwhile, as the 5 Mubarak head deep into the cave, they encounter a horde of strange beasts similar to griffins. "Ah, what's that?" exclaimed Flint. "You come down, you scared little elf," replied Noel. "These things are just the Diamond's guardians, and it's pretty obvious they don't want us to lay a finger on it." "Very well. You all take care of those things while I go on ahead. By the time I grab Diamond, everyone needs to retreat," says their leader, ran forward. Soon afterwards, the 5 easily failed griffins, massive JSA enforcers run toward them on the outside. "They just don't know what to quit, do they?" says Flint. "Indeed, let's finish this," replied Nephthys. As the Mubarak fights against the other JSA, their infiltrator's leader makes his way to the altar room where he attempts to grab the diamond. "Stop," explained the captain. "Oh, it's you," replied the leader. "Behind that cloak and mask, I can tell by that voice it's you, Khalid." "You're as ignorant as ever," replied Khalid. "But I have no time to deal with your foolishness, so step aside." "No, I can't put an end to this here and now," explained Khalid to the companion. "You had the strength to become much more than this. What happened?" have the time nor the need to please my Khalid. Now, I'll say this once more. Step aside while I explain you. You know, I've heard about that Azor named Silhouette you have stashed away in your phone, like your name, and things like a two-edged sword. You may kill your opponent, that it will one day turn on you in the end. I'm not trying to talk about high and mighty. That's enough. I'm done with it. Nathaniel fights one-on-one with Khalid, as the two seem to be evenly matched. However, in the midst of the confrontation, Nathaniel manages to slash out Khalid's left eye, then retaliate by blasting him away a pyrokinetic blast that scorches Nathaniel's torso. Khalid then loads his gun ready to shoot Nathaniel. However, at that exact moment, storms of authority came from Nathaniel's entrance, and Khalid was forced to escape badly injured with the diamond in his possession. Khalid then vows to one day get revenge as he escapes to the top feathers with his grappling hook. All seals retreat. We have the diamond in my possession. Let's head back. The other Mubarak members leave as they apparently defeated JSA members that fought them. Then, the other agents catch up to Nathaniel, reporting to him, "Sir, this cavern has been compromised by those foreign intruders, and we don't see the diamond anywhere in this area," said an agent. "I know," replied Nathaniel. "The leader got away with the diamond when I tried to stop him, but none of that matters now. Please hurry and aid the injured. Also, tell all agents to return to the base. Sir, are you alright? I see a burn mark on your torso. Who did this to you?" "A former friend of mine," replied Nathaniel. "He has his heart set on trying to change the past, and all these years he still hasn't changed. My guess is he plans on getting Nephthys successful." As Khalid and his men retreated back into the cavern, he seeks aid from Nephthys. "I wonder what happened to you," said Nephthys. "It's a really long story. I need to feel quicker," explained Khalid. "But it doesn't matter. We've got the first piece of the puzzle." And then the Mubarak went searching throughout the world in many diverse places. However, it wasn't until the year 2008 when they found an ancient red ruby in a foreign third-world country in the Muy Caliente deserts, as they spent most of their duration serving as hitmen for the black market. Within that same year, a client from Fukushima hired the Mubarak on a mission to bring a target of his back to their client alive. As they successfully completed their mission, the client didn't pay the Mubarak in money. The client instead gave the hitman group the blue sapphire they were looking for to help the Mubaraks get closer to their goals. With only the green emerald remaining, the Mubaraks searched tirelessly for its location. JSA finally received word of the Mubarak's goal and vowed to secure the last elemental crystal before it falls into the Mubarak's hands. This has been the first chapter of JSA the World. Be sure to stay tuned for the second one, titled Montero's Disappointment. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.